Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here for another class sponsored by Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies. My name is Chef Dulce Jimenez. I am a certified health coach, and this is the program Moms for Wellness, focusing on supporting moms to have a healthy pregnancy and to deliver healthy babies, preventing diabetes and hypertension by just following simple um, tools and resources and advice that we give you to have a better pregnancy. So, the topic today is happy foods for happy moods. And I have been working with moms to be for many years with healthy mothers, healthy babies. And I hear so many complaints about so many feelings that ladies are going through, and it's very confusing, it's very frustrating. It could be um, really overwhelming to go through pregnancy, and even more when you're going through a pregnancy that the circumstances are not as happy as the couple here that are laughing and they're together, and the other here resting. And some moms have to work extra hours, or they need to take care of other kids, and overwhelming and frustration and back pain and headaches and wanting to scream and crying and sleepiness, and all those things might be normal, but they don't have to happen to you. Each pregnancy is different. Even the same mom can have different pregnancies. And how do we help your body to cope with all the things that are happening and all those feelings and all those, you know, aches and pains? And but more than aches and pains are moods and mood swings that could happen when you're pregnant. And that's why I love this class, because this class talk about what is the effect of foods in your body and how can we help your body to create a better mood or happy mood. So nutrition refers to your body's intakes of nutrients to foster optimal health. So during pregnancy, your body will work to provide all the essential nutrients that your baby needs, but also at the same time what you need. So that's why you should be extra conscious in making sure that you get all the nutrients that your baby needs. And also, it is time to say yes to nutritional foods. It is really an opportunity to for you to revise and for you to really put attention to what you're eating. Um, and to really avoid or say no to those foods that provide little or no nutritional value. If you have ever wanted to do that, this is the time to do that. So when you're able to eat, because some moms cannot even eat a lot, eating the best foods to nourish yourself is important and is priority. So, what do you think? That your food can affect your mood and emotions? Do you believe in that? Can it really affect your mood and emotions, or is just a myth? You can write it down in your chart. You can think about it. You can write it down in your um, diary or journal. If you do that, think about that, and think about those times that you're eating out and that you have a very salty food. Like I, I, I love fried chicken. Who doesn't love fried chicken? And once in a while, I don't do it often at home, but once in a while I eat it out, and immediately I start getting headaches and I get moody and very thirsty. And I immediately say that, and I know that is because of the fried chicken. And then sometimes I know I'm gonna eat it, but I know how I'm gonna feel after. And sometimes I say, like, you know what, I don't wanna feel those feelings and those symptoms, and I avoid it and say no. So I want you to be conscious next time you're eating and paying attention to that. So I want to say a disclaimer. When you are in a severe cases of depression or anxiety and mental health illness, eating healthy alone is not a substitute for treatment. It should be combined with professional treatment and conscious attention to what I call the four pillars of health, which is how we live our lives, the lifestyle that we decide to to action or to take, and exercise, how we move, how we think, the attitude, and the nutrition, how we eat. So those are the four pillars of health. And when they are in balance, we have better mood. We are making better choices. And of course, you're going to have a better pregnancy. So food is fuel, and not all the food is the best fuel for you, but fuel for all your body functions and for the ability of your body to create a life in you, and at the same time keeping yourself healthy. Food is important, is fuel that you're putting in your body, and it does influence your biochemistry, which is a substantial part of your mental health. So yes, what you eat will affect your mood. The food that you put in your mouth does affect what comes out of your head and your emotions. And this is something that had been studied long and hard. Researchers and nutritionists, they all agree, and the science have proven that if our digestive system is well and happy, we will be too. That's why it is proven that we have a brain in our stomach, the gut brain or the gut brain axis. That's how we call. Have you noticed that when you're going through a situation or you're going to an interview or a meeting and you get that stomach ache, or you're going to meet someone that you don't like too much, you get that thing in your stomach. So a lot of our feelings and fears and happiness, or you get butterflies when you're happy, right? And that is our part of our gut brain. So what is the goal for happy mood? The nutritional goal to have happy mood is definitely increase happy hormones. And the good thing is that your body is and have an internal pharmacy. You can open that internal pharmacy of your body by eating better foods. So the body creates hormones, and those hormones send the messages through neurotransmitters, and they send signals to your brain and to all your organs in the body so they can create uh, enzymes and also substances that will support the mechanism of your body. Everything that your body does, it is through a neurotransmitter or a hormone or some kind of substance that is triggered by your own body. We create cholesterol, we create insulin, we create so many things that we create melatonin, something that we take to go to sleep, and we create substances for pain relief. So we create all kinds of substances when the body is in a state of healing and recovery. So the science in simple terms, tell us that junk food can cause these neurotransmitters to function improperly. So when you eat junk food and your body is clogged, your arteries are clogged, your blood is clogged, these neurotransmitters are misfiring and misfitting. They're not providing information correctly. And smart food and food that support your organs allows the information to be processed correctly. And you can see here, um, this is very simple, obviously, very very simple that anybody can understand, but it's more complex than this. Your blood vessels, where all your substances and your medicine bottles live, if they're healthy and if they're clean, they will be open and they will be a path for all those neurotransmitters to communicate to the different cells and organs in your brain. So the contrary happens when you constantly eat junk food and constantly you're in a stress mode and not resting, not allowing your body to recover and heal. So, we have hundreds of key neurotransmitters, and those are the ones that are known, and we have countless more that we probably don't even know. And their interactions are involving countless functions of the nervous system, as well as controlling bodily functions. So, neuroscientists are still discovering more of this, and they're studying it even more because there is a big knowledge that they have a big effect in your health, and they're linked to the malfunction to illnesses such as Alzheimer's disease and MS, among others. Diabetes is a miscommunication between the cells and the pancreas, and some people don't produce enough insulin, and some produce too much. So it's a miscommunication, it's a malfunction, it's a misfire and misfitting of these neurotransmitters. And that is an illness in simple terms. So there are many brain chemicals that are created by the body, as I said, but I'm going to talk about four. Why these four? Because these are main brain chemicals that directly affect your mood. Oxytocin, for example, this is a hormone that is produced and produces feelings of love and connection. When you are breastfeeding your baby, you are creating oxytocin. It's known as the cuddle hormone, and the brain may produce oxytocin during sex or maternal behavior when you are giving birth and breastfeeding, as I just said. And that's why many therapists and love gurus recommend us women not to have sex with someone that we don't know yet, because we are going to produce extra doses of this oxytocin doing sex with this individual that we don't know, and we create bonds in our brain that are really not there yet. So, so ladies, this is well studied. Endorphins are opioid. They're produced by our body as well, by the pituitary glands, same as the oxytocin, and also operates as a neurotransmitter. They trigger positive feelings when you do something you enjoy, such as laughing, exercising, or having sex or dancing. So they also stimulate pain relief, which is the same reaction that occurs chemically when taking prescription opioids. So instead of taking a prescription opioids, if you dance, if you laugh, and you put movies that are make you happy and make you laugh, or you watch a comedy show, and that is also proven that will improve your health, and it will improve um, your body, how it functions. And when you're pregnant, we need these extra things. We need them. We're craving laughing and, enjoyment because your body is in a lot of stress. Another the other two that I want to talk about, which are very important, is dopamine. Dopamine is another neurotransmitter that is produced that helps you feel pleasure. Is an important part in your reward system, meaning that the brain releases dopamine when you do things that feel good or pleasurable, or when you complete a task. Dopamine also helps with movement and motivation. Is well proven, is well researched. Even when you are in the military, you are forced to make your bed, and we were talking about that with my oldest granddaughter. um, we were telling her to make her bed, that it was going to give her that pleasure, that accomplishment. And when you do those little tasks in the morning, we create this hormone. It will give you that, um, you know, moment of, I did this, my bed is beautiful. Maybe you spray something nice. Maybe you buy, a spray that will help you sleep naturally. I don't know, chamomile or lavender, and you make your beautiful bed and smell delicious. And just those things will help you. Serotonin as well is another neurotransmitter that produce when you feel satisfaction or importance. It also helps regulate your sleep, your appetite, and your mood. Many antidepressants medications are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors that help boost levels of serotonin. So, and the funny thing, and not the funny, but is not coincidence, that the dopamine and the serotonin are produced in the gastrointestinal tract. That's why we have this gut brain and gut feeling, because we also are producing these neurotransmitters that are so important and then create these feelings in our body, in our gastrointestinal tract. Isn't that fascinating? I find this topic fascinating. So, all these hormones have a role on how you experience happiness. I love this photo. She looks so happy and so carefree. So, okay. So let's talk about nutrients that contributes to a happy mood, right? Because that's the class about happy foods for happy moods. And a study of the psychiatrists identify nutrients that can treat and prevent depressive disorders. These disorders are caused by serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine imbalances. And these are the main nutrients: folate, iron, omega-3 fatty acid, magnesium, potassium, selenium, thiamine, zinc, and vitamins A, D, B12, and C. And I want to tell you a story. Last year, in the middle of the year, I was feeling so moody, so sad. I was crying, and I was feeling like there's something going on. This is not me. So in the middle of the year, I asked my doctor to test my B12. It was not coincidence. My B12 is supposed, the lowest it should go is 400. My B12 was in the 200s. And I said, oh gosh, I knew there was some kind of imbalance, because I'm usually very cheerful and I do all these things. I always fixing my house and, fixing my bed and dancing and exercising. So there was no reason at that time of the year or those days for me to be so, under a blues and under like an, raining cloud. And it was B12. Immediately I start supplementing B12 alone, and specifically targeting B12. And I haven't been feeling that since. I went through 2 or 3 bottles of liquid B12 under my tongue, because not only is important for you to eat well, but it's also knowing if your body is absorbing those nutrients. And sometimes you need to supplement if you're not eating well, if you're not very conscious about how you're eating, and if you're taking and checking your. Actually, today I was in the lab doing my test. I do it twice a year, the beginning of the year and mid-year. Now I'm doing it twice a year because I have imbalances with other things, menopause and my age and all those things. So I am very, very on top of it, because I know that having this imbalances and lack of these nutrients can cause me, this kind of disorders. So, real foods can help us stimulate the neurotransmitter and boost many of these nutrients. We're talking about whole and real foods made with love at home. And foods that contribute to a happy mood. They have vitamin D that serve as an antidepressant component. Nuts and seeds, they have magnesium and folic acid, and both play an important role in many metabolic functions, including balancing the serotonin. And it's very easy to grab a handful of nuts with an orange and eat the whole orange. That doesn't even involve cooking, ladies. You can saute some mushrooms with olive oil, salt, and pepper, and crack 2 eggs on top of it. That is not a lot of cooking. And you can eat that eggs and garlic and mushroom in a salad, with a piece of bread, with whatever. So you don't have to be a chef, or you don't have to be an expert cook to introduce these foods in your daily diet. Orange and lemons and pineapples, they contain vitamin C and antioxidants, and they boost your immune system. Last week in the cooking class, we did a fried rice with pineapples, fresh pineapples. Also, foods that contribute to a happy mood are fermented foods, probiotics, or healthy, happy gut and calming effect in the body, like yogurts and pickle and kimchi. Have you heard that there's a lot of moms to be that are craving pickles and they eat whole pickles? So your body is so smart that it's going to give you cravings. It's going to take your appetite. When we are sick, that your body has to concentrate all the energy healing you. You stop eating. You're no longer hungry. And that is the wisdom of our body. So when you crave something like this, or when you have any craving, think about the food that you're craving, what that food contains that is what you're needing. And sometimes when women are craving ice or chocolate or meat, it's because they're deficient in iron. So, and because all those cravings has some kind of component that is a substance that you, or a substance, I will say better, that you need, that your body is telling you, eat this, I want this. I have been craving a lot of meat lately, and I don't eat meat. I don't eat red meat, and I have been craving it. And effect, I am a little bit anemic because I'm not eating a lot of fish. I'm not eating a lot of chicken. I stopped eating a lot of things, and I have to be very mindful. So I'm lately craving burgers, which I never did before. So pay attention to your cravings. So quinoa is a protein-packed seed from Central America, and now it's a very popular substitute of rice or even oats. You can have quinoa as breakfast, like a porridge, or a substitution of rice. And quinoa is made in 15 minutes. I think it takes you longer to order a meal and go and pick it up than made a pot of quinoa. And you can saute quinoa with vegetables and chicken and have a like a rice and chicken. You can also eat the quinoa in sweet preparation or in savory preparations. So also complex carbohydrates, grains and legumes and oats and those things. Lean proteins, like we just said, yogurts and chicken and turkey and eggs and plain, yeah, we said yogurt several times. So you got that. Those are foods that also contribute. Green, green vegetables, leafy greens, and cruciferous vegetables. The deeper the green, the better it is for you. These foods plus spinach and charge contain vitamin B6 that are vital for converting tryptophan into serotonin, the neurotransmitters that plays a primary role in mood, learning, appetite, and impulse control. All these foods, and you can eat these ones raw. I invite you to try them at home, but if you have to eat them out, try to eat them steam or lightly cooked. So they keep most of their nutrients. When you boil them, some of the nutrients are, water soluble. So you don't want to cook your vegetables too much or for too long. And fish, especially salmon. Salmon is amazing. Salmon is a lean animal protein, a great source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are vital part of cell manufacturing to make your skin and your hair shiny and full of life and for your baby's brain. And remember the rules to consume fish while pregnant. No raw fish, or seafood, and limit the consumption to 10 to 12 ounces per week. You should purchase seafood and fish with low mercury content and preferably fresh and wild. And yes, dark chocolate. It is proven that chocolate makes us happy. There's no arguments here, right? It raises the endorphin levels, but it should be 70% cacao. If you buy a chocolate bar in the store with 70% cacao, is very bitter. It might not be good. You may not like it. However, if you buy 70% cacao in powder and you mix it at home with nuts or raisins or also a date, and you add peanut butter or almond butter and you put it in a food processor and you put some raw oats and you make little balls and you can have that as a snack, and you will eating all those ingredients that are good for you: nuts, chocolate, oats, and is going to be delicious. It's going to be good for breakfast. It's going to be good for lunch or for snacking or for take it with you. So I will be sending you that recipe or putting it in the YouTube under this video. Check that out. Okay, so plant-based foods contains a lot of amino acids and phytochemicals and enzymes and micronutrients that combined with whole healthy carbs will be absorbed in the body and get to our brain. And good carbs provide a high amount of fiber for a happy gut. So these foods should be consumed often and consistently. It's not one day a week that you're going to have a salad, one day a week that you eat a healthy thing. It's constantly. We eat 3 times a day. 3 times a day, consume fiber, consume real food, consume plant-based foods. And balancing these nutrients intake is key. If you only eat chicken and potatoes or chicken and rice or, and very few here and there greens, is not going to be providing you what you need to feed your cells and your baby cells. You need to eat it often and consistently. Since you wake up in the morning when you're making breakfast, what can I put here? What foods can I eat here? of these ones that are going to contribute to a good mood for me today. So let me give you in summary, those are the nutrients. Again, you can take a picture of this or, healthy fats, especially omega-3 fatty acid, complex carbohydrates like beans, legumes, and whole grains, protein, lean animal protein, especially salmon, vitamins A, folate, B6, B12, and vitamin C, minerals like magnesium, potassium, selenium, thiamine, zinc, calcium, and iron, and lots of water. Those are the six vital nutrients that your body needs, even if you're pregnant or not. And again, balancing these nutrients are key. So thank you for being here with me tonight. And I'm going to close the recording and ask some or answer some questions. Thank you for being here tonight with me again. And I hope to see you next week or hope to see you again here in my YouTube channel for another class or cooking class. Good evening, ladies.